A METAR is a piece of coded weather information for use by pilots. You can see in the example below, we have a sample METAR, and it's a series of little blocks of information, and we'll go through each of these individually to find out what it means. First block of information is the airport identifier in ICAO format. In this example, we have KACY, which is Atlantic City International Airport. This lets you know which airport this weather information is valid for. The next block of information is the date and time. The first two digits are the day of the month, and the next four digits are the time in Zulu format. So for this example, it is the 19th day of the month. You must know which month we're in, and it is 1:54 Zulu, same thing as Universal Coordinated Time. Next block of information is the wind information. First three digits are the wind direction in magnetic degrees, and the next two digits are the wind speed in knots, denoted by KT. Now this wind direction is where the wind is coming from. Next block is visibility. It's given in statute miles. So for this example, we have 10 statute miles of visibility. And the caveat here is when there's 10 listed, it means there's at least 10. It could be 10, 11, 20, 30, or more, but the METARs cap off at 10 statute miles. Anything below 10 statute miles is listed for what it is. Sky condition is the next block of information. In this example, we have clear sky, denoted by CLR, but the sky can have different conditions, and they're listed. Some examples are listed below here, and their formats are as follows. The first three letters are the type of cloud cover, and the next three digits are the height of that cloud cover in AGL in hundreds of feet. So for the first example, we have a broken layer, BKN, at 5,500 feet, 5,500 feet AGL. Next is a scattered layer at 3,000 feet, 3,000 feet. And the third here is an overcast layer at 100 feet, which is 10,000 feet. Again, these are all in AGL. Next information is the temperature dew point spread, and this indicates the temperature on the left of the slash and the dew point on the right of the slash, both in degrees Celsius. Now, if there's a capital M preceding the digits, it indicates that that value is a minus value. So in this example, our temperature is minus 1 degree Celsius, and our dew point is minus 12 degrees Celsius. Next block of information is the altimeter setting. This is the same as the barometric pressure in inches of mercury. Now, the first letter A indicates it's an altimeter setting, and then we have 3027. You will always place a decimal point in the middle of that value. So this is 30.27 inches of mercury, or the altimeter setting, as we'll say in pilot speak, is 3027. And the next long part of information is the remarks section, and this is generally not needed during flight. The previous blocks of information are what we mostly need for flight planning, and that is how you read a METAR. Again, you'll get very good at reading these and being able to look at it and pull the information very quickly without having to think about it. But keep going through this video to learn how to do it, and we'll have further videos with examples of how to go and find a METAR on the internet that's relevant for your flight. So have fun flying. Now, TAF stands for a Terminal Area Forecast, and it's a coded weather forecast for an airport. Only available at larger airports. So if you are taking off from an airport that does not have one, you will use the TAF for an airport that is nearby. Now you can see below, a little more complicated than a METAR here, but all in all it's pretty simple all the same. So let's figure out what it says. First block of information on the first line is the information about the airport and the time that the report was released. So the first two blocks of information are the airport and the time that it was released. So KBWI, released on the 11th day of the month at 15:05 Zulu. Next block is the valid time range. So when is this forecast good for? And we'll see that the first two digits are the day of the month and the second are the hour, just like most of this weather reporting. So we'll see that this report is valid from the 11th day of the month at 15 Zulu until the 12th day of the month at 18 Zulu. Next block is the current conditions at the time of the forecast at the airport. So we'll see when this forecast was released, the winds were 270 at 5 knots, with plus 6 statute miles visibility, meaning more. We'll get into that in a minute. And the clouds were scattered at 15,000 feet. So now we move on to the forecast section. This is the blocks beneath the top line, and each line indicates a different time, what the weather is going to be like at a certain time. So let's see how to read it. The first piece of information is the time information. FM, capital FM, you should read that as from. So from the time information, this will be the forecast. So from this time information, this will be the forecast. So again, the next 2 digits are the day of the month, and the next 4 are the time. So this is from the 12th day of the month at 0000 Zulu, which is midnight Universal Coordinated Time. Following information is what the forecast will be. And it's kind of in a METAR format. It doesn't have all the information, but it's the same kind of coding. So we'll see here that we have variable winds, VRB, at 3 knots, plus 6 statute miles of visibility, and few clouds at 20,000 feet. So again, it's in METAR format, and it may include weather events like rain, snow, mist, etc., and that's in the same codes as it would be for a METAR. Now, P6SM means plus 6 statute miles of visibility. So there's expected to be greater than 6 statute miles of visibility available. METARs, if you remember, cap off at 10 statute miles. TAFs cap off at 6. And this does not include temperature or altimeter information. So each block of information down here is just a different hour. So then we'll see from the 12th at 5 o'clock Zulu, the winds will be 280 at 6, plus 6 miles visibility, scattered 25,000 feet. And from 12th at 9 o'clock Zulu, winds are 310 at 10 knots, plus 6 statute miles of visibility, scattered 20,000. So we can see here in this forecast that the winds are increasing and the clouds are staying just about the same, up nice and high out of our way. So this would be a good forecast for flying, and eventually as the day goes on it looks like the winds will pick up and it might be a good day to practice some crosswind landings. So that's how to read a TAF. Pretty simple, and happy flying.